Hello, and welcome to this year's Junior Parents Weekend. My name is Molly.
And my name is John.
And we are both juniors in the College of Science. We know it may look and feel a little different than we all expected, but we believe this weekend can still be special and accomplish its intended purpose: to celebrate all that our class has achieved over our time thus far at Notre Dame, and to honor our parents for their constant support and guidance through it all. Junior Parents Weekend is one of Notre Dame's most prideful events, and we are honored to serve as the junior co-chairs for our class.
We want to thank the university for giving us the opportunity to be on campus and for allowing us to host a slightly modified version of Junior Parents Weekend. While Molly and I wish more than anything that this weekend could have been celebrated in the normal capacity it usually is, we are blessed to have the unique opportunity to connect with all families, especially those on the other side of the globe.
This was a big year for Notre Dame. First, we got to be on campus, with the sun setting on a library lawn and the warm fall ambiance lifting our spirits. There were many picture-perfect moments. Movies, fire pits, food trucks, and more. Notre Dame made sure to remind us why our home under the dome is so special. Fast forward to football season. From beating Duke in early September to kicking off the new year in Dallas for the college football playoff, we enjoyed many alma maters and cheered until we could no longer do the Irish jig. Yes, Notre Dame still felt like Disneyland. However, it's worth noting that you cannot appreciate the good days without the bad.
By any measure, 2020 and 2021 have been filled with monumental adversity. Living through COVID-19 alone would qualify, with the pandemic's mental health burden being the heaviest among young adults. However, our class has endured, survived, and prospered through so much more than that. We have watched wildfires spread across the West Coast, burning down homes and destroying vegetation. Multiple episodes of racial injustice were magnified in ways that all of us can see them, striking a nerve for many and re-injuring old wounds. We also witnessed one of the most politically divisive presidential elections in history.
Nothing about the past 12 months has been normal or easy. However, as Albert Einstein, one of the world's smartest physicists who encountered many hardships himself, once said, "Adversity introduces a man to himself." We believe this quote is very applicable to our class, specifically in regards to the way we have and will continue to respond to the adversity we are presented with. In the end, we can ask ourselves, what will we lead Notre Dame with? Memories of tailgates and game days, of course. Friendships that form through all facets of the Notre Dame community, most definitely. But most of all, we will walk away with a better understanding of ourselves in the context of the world at large.
As students at Notre Dame, we have learned resilience from day one. The world tells us that our worth comes from success, and that our success depends on our ability to acquire at least one of three things: wealth, power, or fame. However, during this time of great pain for so many, we know this isn't true. Today, we are struggling as a society to figure out how to recover, rebuild, grow, and thrive. It is in this moment that we are given an opportunity to come back to our roots and ask ourselves the following fundamental questions. Number one, who are we to each other? And number two, what gives us worth as human beings? These questions will help us in our journey to build a more loving and connected world.
With that said, we encourage you all to reflect on how adversity has further introduced you to yourself. What have you learned as an individual, and what have we learned as a community through these times of challenge and change? Let us take these pieces of growth and wisdom and carry them into our future endeavors, whatever they may be.
Before we get too carried away discussing where we might go, let us take a moment to reflect on how we got here. The past 3 years have not only been a time of growth for us as students, but for you as parents. Our unique experiences as Notre Dame students and yours as Notre Dame parents have allowed for mutual growth and development. The tradition that fills Notre Dame's community, and which now lives in all of us, had to begin somewhere. And we believe it stems from the fostering love you have shown us over the years, as well as the values you have introduced to us.
Parents, we owe you many thanks. First and foremost, for providing the resources and opportunities needed for us to arrive at the place we are today. Physically, that is Notre Dame. Mentally, that is being students who are constantly growing and learning. Additionally, we need to thank you for listening, as I'm sure there was plenty to hear us rant about in the past 12 months. Thank you for being patient, as we are all navigating new territory and trying to grow as we go. Ultimately, you parents have allowed and encouraged us to make Notre Dame our home away from home, and for that, we are forever grateful.
As of right now, we have 434 days until we walk across the stage as the class of 2022 to get our University of Notre Dame diplomas. These next 434 days will be filled with their own challenges. Interviews for internships and jobs, examinations that may last an entire day to determine entrance into graduate programs, and endless hours of hard work to prepare for our future paths. This is our Notre Dame journey. We have 434 more chances to nail that interview, to succeed on that exam, and to write our own ticket for success. Let us accomplish these feats the Notre Dame way and show past, present, and future members why our community is the top in the country. With that said, parents and students, enjoy the weekend. Take this opportunity to spend time with your loved ones, live in the moment, and take control of the time you have left at Our Lady's University. Thank you.